Imagine, if you will, a new building material that when compared to conventional methods is environmentally friendlier, structurally stronger, practically maintenance-free, weather-resistant, soundproof, rot-proof, bug and rodent-proof, fire-resistant, faster and easier to build with, extremely energy efficient, and surprisingly, actually costs the same or less than wood, steel, or brick materials of equal quality. Well, imagine no more, because the building material of the 21st century is here today. We'd like to introduce you to the future of building design and construction, from small single-family homes to commercial buildings, for builders, architects, and homeowners who want superior structures. The cost savings are just a bonus. But don't confuse this sophisticated building system with ordinary old-fashioned cinder blocks. That'd be like comparing leather to vinyl. And why would anyone want to settle for building materials like wood, steel, or brick when they could have the best for the same investment? The system has three primary components. First, extra strong, dry-stacked mortarless masonry blocks with a uniquely layered design. Second, snug-fitting insulation inserts made from non-toxic, fire-safe polystyrene, which adds additional insulation, another vapor barrier, and increased sound deadening. And third, a special surface bonding cement, which provides a watertight, impact-resistant surface. This not only disguises the block construction inside and out, but also adds strength to the block. In fact, there's no need for drywall. Here's how it works. On top of an accurately placed footing, the first course of block is laid to establish a true and level wall. Next, special interlocking polystyrene sections are inserted into each block. The double core configuration of the blocks has been ingeniously designed, not only for strength, but also to provide an incredibly high insulating value. Subsequent layers are quickly dry stacked without any need for mortar, and reinforcing rebar is placed as needed. If you can stack blocks and read a level, you can put up a building. It really is that simple. Electrical boxes, conduit, and windows can be quickly placed by a mason, so there's no need for electricians or carpenters until much later. And finally, after the floor and roofing systems are installed, the walls are surface bonded inside and out. Anything from smooth to textured surfaces is possible. Even rounded corners are no problem. And sheetrock is a thing of the past. Once completed, the underlying blocks are completely invisible, but the dozens of benefits are readily apparent. See for yourself why this affordable and environmentally friendly building method is revolutionizing the construction industry around the world.
The leader in reinforced insulated masonry. A labor-friendly, environmentally friendly system with low-tech assembly, reducing the demand on our trees and our national forests, meeting the needs and demands of an ever-increasing worldwide population that is putting a strain on our international forests. With lumber and construction prices up, builders need field-ready, low first cost, low life cycle cost alternatives. Insulated reinforced masonry provides the answer with exceptional flexibility in design and application. Look at this beautiful home with its aesthetically pleasing exterior to its smooth interior walls requiring no sheetrock, ranging from residential to commercial, with an unlimited specialty market, such as this fire station in the Rocky Mountains, built in 1986.
Masonry buildings last forever with very little maintenance. Homes like this one now can be of masonry, energy efficient and affordable.
The empty wall system is a unique development in the masonry industry. It is in fact a wall system and differs considerably from ordinary masonry. The system is comprised of three basic components: block, inserts, and surface bonding. Each of these components have several functions. The block, for instance, because of the third linear wall, consistently averages at least 25% greater compressive strength than ordinary masonry with the same mixed design. The block also has several thermal functions. One, it does have more mass, which gives us some additional insulation capabilities. More importantly, it has no direct thermal path through the block. With ordinary masonry, it will go directly through, or with a lightweight system. This, however, is constricted with a 40% constriction in the webbing, which doesn't allow it to flow directly. Again, we have a 40% constriction, which reduces the ability of it to flow. So we arrive at the interior of the wall with somewhere between a 4 to 6 hour thermal delay.
This is a dry stacked masonry system. In other words, we use no mortar. With this, when we have this up and dry stack it, we put on a surface bonding material that gives us a complete waterproof exterior and interior to this wall. It's a sound deadening wall. We are rated 61 for a sound deadening wall. It's waterproof, bug-proof, rot-proof, vermin-proof, plus a sound deadening wall, and you have a finished wall with no sheetrock on the inside of the wall.
The inserts also have several thermal functions. Obviously, one of which is to insulate the block. This is done not only with the use of the expanded polystyrene, but also with the fact that we have created dead air spaces both on the inner and outer walls. These also serve to allow for moisture to escape through the system as the hydration occurs. Because of the way in which the small insert interlocks between the blocks and the fact that we have both above and below the lock a slight rise in the inserts, it does not allow for neither thermal nor sound transmission to pass between blocks. They also help align the block, they create some additional flexural strength, and they serve to sound deaden. The third component, the surface bonding, has also several functions, one of which is to conceal a block on both sides, thus you never see an actual block. Structurally, however, since it has a 0 water penetration rating, it is virtually waterproof, and also because we achieve a less than 1/100th of 1% gas permeability rating, it is essentially airtight. Since it's a Portland product, it does form a bond between the block and the surface bonding, or thus becoming a part of it, so it won't chip off, and in doing so provides additional flexural strength. Thus, with the three components, the block, the inserts, and the surface bonding, we end up with a system which is fireproof, sound deadened, thermally insulated, secure, as well as the other components of being structurally sound, rot-proof, termite-proof, rodent-proof.
The polystyrene inserts produce thermal values that meet or exceed federal HUD guidelines and are zero toxic, containing no CFCs or chlorinated fluorocarbons which harm the environment.
The system basically functions as a dry stack system, just the same as ordinary masonry, in that ordinary masonry gains its strength from the compression of the block and from reinforcement grids, that is rebar and grout, placed both vertically and horizontally in the system. The MC system functions exactly the same. The cells are used both vertically and horizontally for rebar and grout placement. In fact, they're even more efficient because they have a preform with the insert simply being removed to allow for the rebar and grout. We do not have to worry about stuffing to avoid grout spillage. The system also accommodates electrical, television, telephone, cable wiring within the raceways that are provided every 8 inches vertically, and they can also be placed in the inner cell of the block.
We're working on a building here that's 50 by 80 in dimension. We are installing the NC block system, which is a dry stack mortarless system. We've paid particular attention on our footings here to make sure that they are exact and level. We don't want more than a 1/4 of an inch variation, so that when we stack our first course of block in here, we don't have to install any amount of mortar for leveling out, that it will be level right off the footing. In this particular situation with this building here, we have a little wider footing than normal or usual because of the soil conditions. But in most cases, buildings will be spec'd and engineered according to their height and whatever the particular needs will be. Okay, we started this project this morning. At least we started talking about 10 o'clock, and from what you remember, we hadn't even started pouring the concrete yet. The time is now about 2 o'clock, and as you can see here, we have the footings completed, and they've set up sufficiently that we can start laying our first course, which we've done along this side. As you can see, it's moving along quite quickly with the inserts. We laid these 60-plus blocks here in really less than 20 minutes.
When setting the first course of block, it is important to have the footing level and the block straight. This will ensure a fast and trouble-free assembly. Both small and large inserts are scored for you. There are no cutting tools required in the field. Elimination of mortar between and below each unit allows workers to experience high field productivity from beginning of construction to the final finishing of the walls, interior and exterior.
We decided to go with this block system because of, one, the insulation factor. Two, we liked the finish on the interior and exterior. Three, we liked it because we figured that we could put the system up.
We saved about 30% over other buildings that we have looked at, out of concrete and out of metal.
High in the Rocky Mountains, these convenience stores have consistently had low utility bills throughout the year.
I was quite impressed on the product as it was used, and so having that research and at the request of the school district, I utilized this product on their 20-bay maintenance and bus facility. It turned out very well. The building is cool in the summer and warm in the winter, and South Summit is famous for temperatures, excessive cold temperatures in the winter and very warm temperatures in the summer.
So we're not novices at home building. This is our 5th house we've built in our 60 years of marriage. And we've had all types of construction, stick construction, brick, all kinds. But this, I think, is the best of all, with the R19 insulation in the peripheral walls, which will provide us, I'm sure, minimal utility bills, both in the summer and the winter. And it also adds for comfort, and it is noise-proof. We live on a very busy street, and in the evening in our master bedroom we have perfect quiet. We don't have any problem with regard to the traffic on the street.
We are very happy with the home. It seems, from what we've been able to discern, that it's energy efficient and it's very quiet. These arches, I think our builder was very creative. The way when he made the arches, it was very difficult to divide them up the way he did, but I think he did beautiful.